Going live in 3, 2, 1. Coming to you from Salt Lake City, Utah, in Jerry Hardesty Studio is his virtual art show. So help me welcome the artist and host. Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome, Fremde, étranger, stranger, glücklich zu sehen, je suis enchanté. Happy to see you, bleibe, reste, stay. Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome. In studio, au studio, mon studio. Welcome, friends, fans, family, and followers. This evening, we're going to have an hour of entertainment, laughs, fun, whatever. And this may not be a cabaret, but it is my studio, and we can pretend it's a cabaret. I mean, after all, you know, I do have a beret. But you are certainly welcome to have a little bit of, join me with a little bit of wine. Join me with a little bit of wine. This evening I'm having a little Cabernet Sauvignon under the label of Predator. So pour a little wine for yourself. And cheers. Drink a little more. Get a little tipsy. Spend some money quickly. Well, I'm glad you're all here. I don't know who all's here. Well, there I see my son. Hello, Josh. Wave. I'm supposed to wave. I don't know if that means I'm supposed to wave physically or push that little button. Anyway, welcome. Kevin Murphy, welcome. Glad to see you here. I see my wife's here. I don't know who all else is here, but whoever's here, welcome. So I want to give you a little bit of idea, ground rules, what's going to happen here this evening. You're going to look at some art, some wonderful art. I say it's wonderful because I created it. But you know what? Oh, hey, there's Jason. Hi, bud. Glad to see you. Anyway, I thought I would be smart, and so I created some charts. I created the link where you can go to actually register. However, no, I'm not drunk. Drunk, Jerry, added bonus. Anyway, I created a couple of charts, but not realizing that they would go backwards. So I have to improvise. Oh, hi, Kristen. There's my daughter-in-law. Anyway, not realizing that they would show up backwards. So I'm going to have to actually carry around the phone a little bit and show you what's going on. Gary Larson. Hi, buddy. Gary's from, he says, I like your start with the wine. Gary is a former railroader, although he worked for a different railroad than I did, but that's okay. We're still friends. All right, anyway, as I was saying, my charts are backwards. It's all backwards, so I'm going to have to read to you because I do want you to register. By registering, you will be registering for a painting that I'm going to give away at the end. And I think you'll like it. I'll show it to you a little bit later. But right now, I want you to take your phones or whatever you're on, and I want you to, I got to turn this around. I want you to go to your browser, and this is what I want you to enter. I want you to enter bit.ly/2, a capital M, 9, a lowercase I, a capital P, 2Q. Now you need to do that in order to be in the running for the giveaway at the end of the show. And I have my big computer, my desktop on over here, and I can tell who registers. So if you don't register, hey, you're not in the running. You can't participate in the drawing. So again, The code or the link is bit.ly/2 capital M 9 lowercase I capital P 2Q. I also want to show you what you need to do in case you ever go to my website, and that is, here I've made a chart of a page out of my website, and this particular painting here is called Parade, and even though it's black and white here, it's actually in color. I didn't want to pay $38 for the for a chart that showed color, so I just got it in black and white, and I hope you understand that. But at any rate, when you see an image that you like, that you think you might like to have, click on that image and it will bring you to this page. Now if you're interested in originals, see, it takes you to the page that says art prints. But if you're interested in only originals, then click on this button over here that says original painting, and it will take you there, and it will show you the price of the original painting, which is, I believe, $1,440. So, but if you just are interested in a print, then go back and click on the art print button, and then it'll take you to 3 different steps. The size, for instance, this one at this price is an 8 by 10, I believe it is, or it's a square, so it's not an 8 by 10, but you get the idea. It's a smaller piece. Then it goes to you can pick the size, and there's a number of sizes that you can choose from, up to, I think it's 24 by 24. The original would be 24 by 24 inches. From there, you pick. Well, you also pick the medium. For instance, this defaults to a canvas gallery wrap. Now, a canvas gallery wrap is a canvas that you don't have to frame it. It's the wrap. It wraps around the wooden part, and so it's like 1.5 inches. You'll see what I mean because I have a number of these in the show. The size, I already talked about the size, and then 3 styles. You can actually get it framed if you want it framed, but you don't have to. So this gives you an idea of what to expect when you go to my website. Hi, Cynthia Medina. Glad to have you here. Let's see. Are you in relation to Frank and Carol? I bet you are. Cynthia Lewis. Carol Medina. I mean Carol Medina. Oh yeah, it's Carol Medina. Duh. Frank and Carol. Hi. And then Cynthia Lewis. I don't know Cynthia Lewis, but welcome, Cynthia Lewis. Glad to have you. Now I'm going to turn this back around so that you can see me and the artwork. And I'm going to put this here, and then I'm not going to hold it anymore. By the way, I didn't mention, but I am on 2 different, I'm on Facebook Live. I'm also on Instagram Live. And I'm going to take this off because it itches, and it's a little warm in here. But here's how it's going to work. I have 14 paintings to show you. I'll talk about each one. And then I will offer it to you at a very reduced price. And the first person who says sold, that person has actually purchased that painting. Like, I'll say number 1, and if you say number 1 sold, then you've purchased the painting. You can email me, or you can direct message me, whichever you want, but I'll have to have your address. And bear in mind that each piece will also, I'll have to apply tax, sales tax, and shipping, if there is shipping involved. If you're here in Salt Lake City, won't be any shipping. So, anyway, I may lose Instagram Live because my storage is not it's not helping. Andres Weissman, welcome. So I'm going to move this wine out of the way, and we'll get started with the very first image that I have to show you. And I don't want to knock the wine around. That would be drastic, even though this studio is always quite a mess. I clean it up, and no sooner than I have it cleaned up, 30 minutes later, it's back in bad shape. All right, what you see here is what I call Speak 2. This is actually a print, and you know, a lot of prints, they're very flimsy because they're not framed or anything. The nice thing about this print, which I really do like, is the fact that it has a styrene backing, so it's you know, it's a little flexible. But the thing about it is, you can actually, you could, if you wanted, you could frame it. Although I don't frame very many pieces. Framing's pretty expensive, or can be expensive. But the thing about it is, this piece, like I say, what I like to do is display it on a little tabletop easel like this one that you can get at Michael's or someplace like that. And they're very inexpensive. Again, this piece is called Speak 2, number 2. Speak 2, and it's part of my Speak series. I started a Speak series not too long ago. About a year ago, I had surgery. Hi, Gary LaTurner. Welcome. About a year ago, I had surgery. And after surgery, I completely lost my voice. So voice has been very important to me, especially since, you know, I was a singer at one point, and I was majoring in singing in college. I've been classically trained as a singer, and I always wanted to be a singer, so voice has been important. Well, voice is equally important as an artist, because what I put on canvas is what I'm actually saying. It's my voice. And I created the Speak series as an outcome or as a reflection of losing my voice a little over a year ago. And I was without my voice for over 3 months. So it was very challenging because I had to whisper, and it was difficult to communicate as well as I would like to have. So this piece is called Speak 2. I'm offering it for $45, which is very, very reasonable. And if you would like to have that Speak 2, then just put a comment on your platform there saying, number 1 sold. This is number 1, Speak 2. So I will give you an opportunity to do that while I take a little sip of my wine here. Cheers. By the way, I have to add that I really like black and white paintings for a couple of reasons. Hi, Riley. Welcome. I like black and white paintings for a couple of reasons. I think they're simplistic. They're very simple, and that's because they only use 2 colors, black and white. So they're simplistic, but yet at the same time, I think they have a great amount of strength. Hi, Deborah. Welcome. A great amount of strength. So they can say a lot. Some of my favorite artists are like, let's see. Now I won't be able to think of a single one, but there's several. Motherwell, I liked him. Franz Klein, he's one of my favorite, Franz Klein. And there's some contemporary artists who do nothing but black and white that are very, very well done, very well done. So again, this one is $45. If you want it, say sold, number 1 sold, and it will be sold. So let's move on to the second painting. I'm going to turn this around so I can follow it. Not necessarily that you need to, but for me. So the second painting is called Sanctuary. And obviously it has a little bit more color than the first one. So this is number 2. I'm offering it for, well, originally I was offering it for $75, but I am slashing it to $50. Right now, slashing it to $50, and I'll show you why. Now this piece It's on a styrofoam backing as well, but it's a little thicker. It's about a 1/2 inch thick styrofoam. And I like that. It makes it very strong, very strong. But the reason I'm slashing the price is I've had this for a while, and I didn't realize it till I got it out this afternoon to put it in the show, which I've been planning all along. And there's some damage here, or I should say the printer did not finish it, did not finish this one side, so it's just kind of flapping. Now if you purchase this, you can just pull this off, and this can be painted black here to match the other black on the other sides. It would look, you wouldn't even know it. In fact, if you buy it, I'll paint it myself for you. So again, this is number 2, Sanctuary, for $50. Sanctuary number 2 for $50. So if you'd like to have that, say number 2 sold. Obviously, this one is a little bit more, or was a little bit more, because of the thickness, the styrofoam thickness. Made that price go up. So we've got 2, Speak 2 and Sanctuary. By the way, for those of you who came a little bit late, you need to register in order to participate in the drawing. If no one registers, hey, there won't be a drawing. I can see you there. But for those of you who came a little bit late, I go to your browser and enter the link. It's backwards here. Hey, there's my other son, Jared. Hey, hi. He lives near Omaha. So anyway, go to your browser and enter this link. Don't try to read it because it's backwards to you. But the link is, if you follow along with me, it is bit.ly/2M9IP2Q. And M is capitalized and P is capitalized. One more time. Well, thank you, Jared. Jared says, that's my son, older son. He says, hey, Dad, love you. Well, I love you too, bud. Anyway, again, the link is bit.ly/2 capital M 9 lowercase I capital P 2 Q. So we've gone through number 1 for $45, Speak 2. Number 2 for $50, Sanctuary. Where'd Sanctuary go? Oh, I put it away. All right, moving on. The next one is called Flight. And Flight is, I painted Flight with oil and cold wax. And it's just the way the painting turned out. It reminded me of flight, a flight. Oops, that's not going to stay. That's not going to stay there. But I'll bring it closer to you so you can just get a little bit better image of it. See what it looks like a little bit more. Maybe flight of the wasp, of the bumblebee, whatever. But it just reminded me of Flight. So Flight is 8 by 8 inches, and it is $75. Normally $100. So this is number 3. If you'd like to have number 3, put number 3 sold. And I have it on a little bit different thing. This is a little tiny easel for display purposes. So you just pull up the part like this and back down on top to secure it. And you've got a nice little display. Coming apart here. There, that's better. So you have a nice little display. So number 1's $45, number 2 is $50, Number 3 is 75. Okay, here we go again. Hello, Regina. Welcome. So I'm going to take this one down and let's go on to number 4. And number 4 is Color Think. Color Think. Now this is a very colorful little piece. Hi, Marcia Witt. Well, glad to see you. Marcia is from Bethany, Missouri. That's where my wife is from, Bethany, Missouri. So, welcome, Marcia. So you can see, again, it's very colorful. Again, this painting was also painted with oil and cold wax. Number 4. And this is where, you know, I talked about the 1.5 inch on the sides. This is what is called a gallery wrap, because the wrap comes all the way around to the back of the piece itself. And then I usually paint the sides a black. Sometimes I leave them a natural color or paint them a different color, or I might extend the painting on over to the sides. But in this particular piece, on this particular piece, I painted the sides black. Sometimes I'll paint the sides prior to actually painting the face of the canvas. That's so that the black won't get into the paint. But there are times that I haven't done that, and I've decided to paint the sides after this part. So this is number 4, I believe. Yes, number 4, and it is $125. Normally $250. It's $25. Hi, Kevin. Welcome. Hi, Jeff. Welcome. So they just keep rolling on. Gracie Kaylee joined. Well, thank you. Welcome, Gracie. So anyway, number 4 is $125. If you would like to have number 4, put number 4 sold. Number 4 sold. So again, to recap, number 1, Speak 2 is $45. Number 2, Sanctuary, is $50. Number 3, Flight, is $75. And number 4 is $125. No takers yet. Come on, people. Get out your checkbooks. No, get out your credit cards. PayPal. Venmo, PayPal, I take it. Plus, remember, plus tax, sales tax, and shipping, depending on where you are. I think you all need to have a little time for having a little bit more wine. Get a little loosened up here. All right. Number 5 is a favorite of my wife's. She doesn't know I have it in the show. Oops, she does now. This is called Abstract 1, and I spell abstract the German spelling, which is A-B-S-T-R-A-K-T, number 1. It's acrylic, and it's on a panel. By a panel, I mean it's wooden. It's not canvas. It's wooden of some kind. This one has a little bit smaller sides, but it's still painted black. And I like this a lot. This is one of the, I don't know, I was being mentored by a young artist who I have great respect for. And he was telling me that I needed to make a lot of marks on the surface. And by making marks on the surface, it also created some indentations. And as you added paint, that paint sunk into those indentations, or the marks that were left behind. I really do like this piece. And this piece normally would sell for $460. I have it for $250. So again, number 5, Abstract 1 is the piece. So if you'd like that one, say sold. Number 5, sold. Okay, moving on. We're going to go to number 6, which is the one that I've got hanging here. I hung it this afternoon. I didn't want to disturb it because it was kind of hard to hang. This is 4 panels Each panel is painted with oil and cold wax. And when I painted this, I would put a color on one panel, then I would put it on another, and so forth, till I had the same color on all 4 panels. And so you can see the color of the palette that I used. I used a blue, orange, kind of a peachy orange, yellow, pink, a yellow green. I used that on all, as well as white. And once I got finished with these pieces, I'm thinking, I don't really like this. I don't really like this, or the way it's turning out. So what I did is I actually scraped them back. And by scraping them back and creating these marks on the pieces, then it really resonated with me, and I really do like it. Now, again, this is a 4-panel piece. All 4 is sold as a set. And normally it would sell for, the set would sell for $600, and I'm selling it for $300, 50% off. I call the piece 8 squared, and the reason I call it 8 squared is because I couldn't think of what else to call it. And sometimes giving paintings a title can be very difficult and very challenging. Sometimes it just pops into my head, sometimes it does not. I try to come up with something that's ambiguous because I don't want to lead viewers. I want each viewer to have their own experience with the painting. So, if you can have, and you don't have to hang it this way. With 4 panels, I wouldn't hang it, but side to side like I've got it hanging here. I would probably put about an inch between each 2 paintings. But that's not the only way that you could also hang it a different way. You could hang 2 over the 3rd and the 4th. And again, with an inch or so between the paintings from the top to the bottom and from side to side. But you could hang it that way as well. There probably is not another way to hang it unless you did one here, one here, one here, and one here. But I don't really like that idea. So, if you purchase it, you could hang it however you wanted to hang it. So again, this normally would sell for $600. I'm selling it for $300. So that would be only $75 a panel, which is very, very reasonable for this type of painting. Again, it's 4 different pieces. All right. So let me reiterate one more time. Recap. Number 1, Speak 2 is 45. 2, Sanctuary 50. 3, Flight is 75. 4, Color Think is 125. 5, Abstract 1 is 250. And 6, 8 squared is 300 for 4 panels. Now I'm going to take those 4 panels down right now because I want to hang some other pieces that are a little bit larger. By the way, I should show you at least one of these close up. Hi Jesse, welcome. Kortkowski. Oh, I can't say it, but I know who you are. Anyway, this is a small one. You can see it a little closer and see some of the texture that I've got in the piece. I just wanted to show you at least one of those. All right, and again, it's number 6 for 8 squared, and it's 300 for the 4 panels. All right, the next one is number 7. Number 7 is one of those black and whites. It's black and white, but yet it has a little color in it. Sometimes, the black and white isn't enough. This one is called Emergence. And Emergence. Well, hi Heather. Heather's a good friend of mine from the gym, and her husband's my accountant. And I recently did a commission for Heather and her family. Turned out very well. So welcome, Heather. Glad to see you're here. Again, okay, back to Emergence. It's black and white with a little bit of red and some drips in there. And it's a lot of brush marks, a lot of brush marks. This is one of my favorite pieces. I really, really, really do like this piece. And it's, I believe it's 16 by 16, I think. I could measure it if you'd like me to measure it, but I think it's 16 by 16 inches. And let me show it to you. Let me show this one to you close up as well. Hi, Jessie Lee. Nice to see you. Anyway, 16 by 16 emergence. It's $500. I don't remember what the original price was, but I think that it was probably around $1,000, so it's probably 50% off. Emergence. So again, for those of you who have just come on board, so to speak, come onto the site, to the live events, you need to register, and so far I only have one person registered, and that person is not eligible for the drawing. So, you know, it's wide open. It's a wide open field, but you have to go register using this link. So please do that. Again, the link is go to your browser and type it in as I am saying it. It is bit.ly/2 capital M 9 lowercase I capital P 2 Q. Type that in and then enter your email address and you will be entered into the drawing. So what I would appreciate if you do that. Lahali, thank you for watching, Lahali, if I'm saying your name correctly. Omaro, thank you for watching. Also, I was going to also recap again that if you see something you like, say the number and say sold. For instance, this one is number 7 for 500. If you want that, say number 7 sold. So that goes for any of the 7 or 14 paintings that I'm showing you this evening. Alright, that was Emergence. The next one is another black and white, but it's much more simple. Much simpler. And this one I call Blackward. Blackward. And the reason I call it Blackward is, well, obviously black and white, but the shape here is the shape of a grand piano, but it's backwards. So it's Blackward. Blackward. This piece is normally around $1,200. I'm selling it for $600. So you can see that just a little bit better as I hold it up for you to see. So if you would like this one, number, what did I say? Number 8. Say number 8 sold. Blackward. Here comes another one. This is very colorful. Okay, good. Well, I'll get it here in a minute. There. This one is called Round. Round, R-A-U-N. And round is a word, I'm not sure from what language it's from, but it's not English. But I believe it means rain. So I love this one. By the way, if you haven't already noticed, notice how my signature has changed over time. For instance, I use Jer here. I don't use that anymore. Now I just use a simplified, see my J? My J with a cross for Hardesty. PA Art. PA Art. I'm not familiar with PA Art, but welcome. Glad to have you watching. So again, back to this piece, round. And let's hold it a little bit closer so you can see it as well as the texture. I'm often asked, okay, how do you create these? I create those with a, well, what do you call it? A trowel. A trowel is what I use, a trowel. So this is number 9. Number 9 is also $600. I'm not sure of the size, but again, if you want me to measure it, I can measure it for you and tell you what size it is. But it's a nice, I like it. It's a very nice piece. It's one of my favorite as well. You know, people will ask, well, what's your favorite painting? Well, usually I have to say, the very last painting I painted is my favorite painting. Well, that's not the last one I painted, but it's still one of my favorite. All right. Here is one that has been very popular with my viewers, even though no one has purchased it yet. It's still very popular. I call this piece Improv. Improv. This is number 10, and it's $700. Improv. It was very intuitive painting this. It's acrylic on canvas with a white or partially blue sides. Improv. If you would like to have improv. Oh, here. Well, thank you, Taria. She says, don't tell your secrets. Well, I don't know what I've told that's secret, but I think process is something that most people are interested in. How do you create something? Sometimes it's very easy, sometimes it's difficult. Improv is number 10, and improv is $700. Anybody have a question? I would be happy to attempt to answer any question that you might have. All right, moving on. Number 11. Ah, I love this piece. This is called Konton, K-O-N-T-O-N. Konton is ambiguous, obviously. What do you think it means? Unless somebody speaks Japanese, and that's kind of unfair, wouldn't it be? Kind of unfair. Konton is Japanese for chaos. And I would hope that you see the chaos in this picture. We've been living a chaotic life here for the past several months. And, you know, I'm hoping it'll get better. I'm hoping where you live it's better. Anyway, there's a lot of marks in this painting. There's a lot of texture as well. Oops, I'm hung up. And again, I want to show you as much of it as possible, as close as possible. Taria asked me a question, where do I get money to live? Well, Taria, actually back in 2006, or prior to 2006, I was working for corporate America, and in 2006, I had 2 strokes and 2 heart attacks, which forced me onto disability and eventually into retirement from corporate America. So I actually live off of retirement, but any purchase that you make will help me purchase more material and paints. Paints and material for art is extremely expensive, so it would certainly help me out as well. Plus, I have a nice large inventory of paintings that I would like to share with you, and would want somebody to find a nice home for these particular pieces. As I was saying, As I was saying, well, thank you, Taria. She says it's beautiful, especially the yellow and red. Yellow, kind of an orange here, red there. I love yellow and red together. I like them next to one another. I also like to add pink in with yellow and orange. But round, I passed round. What am I on? Conton. Conton is $800. So if you would like Conton, please say number 8 sold. I'm sorry, that was 11 was sold. I'm getting confused here. Round was number 9, Improv was number 10, Conton is number 11. All right, the next one, I may save number 12 till last. And the only reason I say that is because it's difficult to hang. It's a triptych. So I'm going to go over here and get this piece. Aha. I was afraid of. This one is called Mixed Emotions. Mixed Emotions. And it is 36 by 36. It's acrylic. And again, there's a lot of marks on it representing my mixed emotions as well as the colors. Blue is one of my favorite colors, and you'll find that in my inventory I have a number of paintings that are basically blue. But this is what I was feeling at the time. I had mixed emotions. This is what I was feeling at the time that I created this particular piece. Mixed Emotions is 36 by 36, and it normally sells for $2,200. It would sell for $1,400 on this virtual show. So if you would like Mixed Emotions, say number 13 sold. Then I have one more to show you, and it's one of my latest. Now, if you've been watching me paint live, you may have seen me paint this particular piece. This one is called Sunset. A friend of mine actually said it should be Quarantine Sunset. Well, quarantine I think is kind of negative, so I just settled for Sunset. At least for now, that's what I'm calling it, is Sunset. But this piece is 30 inches by 40 inches. Normally sells for $2,100, and I'm selling it for $1,400. So if you want number 14 for $1,400, say number 14 sold. I love the texture of this. I originally painted this piece vertically, and I didn't like it. I didn't like what it looked like. One of my friends said, "Oh, please don't touch it. I like it the way it is." But I think that once I did make some changes, then she liked it. But what I actually did to determine what needed to be done to it was I would rotate it a quarter. So I started with it vertical, and I would rotate it a quarter, and then another quarter, until I had rotated it all the way around and decided which orientation that I really did like. And as it turned out, I really liked this particular orientation. I also created some nice texture with some tape here, which I think you'll find. I think you'll like it too. But this has a lot of color in it. It has a lot of texture in it. You can see some of the texture, some of the cracks in here if you get really, really close to it. This piece, as big as it is, it's kind of hard to get it close to you for a close-up, but I'll try. and move it around a little bit so that you can see some of that texture. Move it slowly. See that one mark right there? I love that mark. I was talking, I'll show you. I'll put it back up. This mark right here. I really love this mark. If you can see what I'm talking about. Difficult to see. I know. And there's another mark down here. So there's a mark over here, mark here. You know, they're all over. So I really do like this piece. It's one of my favorite. If you would like to have that, I'd like to own that. Oh, Art by Victoria. Welcome. Omelet Cube. Omelet Cube. Well, welcome. That's an unusual name. I hope I'm saying it correctly. So, 1400 for number 14. So let me recap one more time. Oh, I forgot one. Yeah. Okay. Let me show you. This is a triptych. And I'll just try to, I wonder if I could put it up there. It's not, no, it won't stay. But it's a triptych, so there's 3 pieces. If there were only 2, it would obviously be a diptych, or 2 pieces. If I had a 4th piece, it would be, I don't know what you call it, I'd call it 4 panels. Just like the 4 panels I showed you previously on that small one that I'm selling all 4 together. This one is number, I gotta find it. It's called Triadic Expression. Triadic Expression. Normally $1,800. I'm selling it for half price, $900. All 3 pieces together. Let's see. Let's show you one, this middle one close up. Hi, Julie Smith. Glad to have you here. Anyway, I painted this one live. I painted this one live. I painted several of these pieces live. So, Taria says, you're doing great. Well done. XXX, keep going. Love and kisses to you and your practice. Well, thank you so much. That's very nice of you. So, again, no one has purchased anything. No one has signed up or registered for the giveaway, so I'm probably not going to have a giveaway. But that's a shame because it's a beautiful painting. Let me show it to you. And this goes along with, you know, I talked about not having a voice, losing my voice, and so forth. This one goes along with not losing my voice because I call it louder than a whisper. Louder than a whisper. It's 20 by 20 by 20 inches. It has a styrofoam backing. The nice thing about this styrofoam backing is there's holes where you could hang this in any orientation that you'd like to hang it. It's kind of difficult to do that. Julie says, I'm happy to be here looking good. Well, thank you, Julie. Anyway, it has these holes where you could hang it on a nail. Or you could have it framed, whichever. But I really like this. The original painting is a 36 by 36, and that means it's around 2,200. If I were to sell you this, I don't remember what I would sell this for. I can't remember. I'd have to think about that. But it's worth at least $200, at least, and possibly more. Hi, David. Welcome, my friend. David is an artist, an abstract artist here in, well, he doesn't live in Salt Lake City, but he's in the area. So, welcome. So this is the giveaway. Julie says, Jer, I can't find where to I enter your contest. I want this one. Well, she wants this one. Well, that's good because no one else has signed up other than one person who is not eligible. Here's how you sign up, Julie. Go to your browser and type in what I say. Are you there? Give me a thumbs up. At your browser, I mean. Give me a thumbs up. She's not giving me a thumbs up. Anyway, Julie, in your browser, type in bit.ly/2 capital M 9 lowercase I capital P 2 lowercase q. Did you get it? Tell me if you got it. And let's see who else is on here. Bev Fishman. Welcome, Bev. So how are we doing on time? We got about 9 more minutes. You want me to recap? Julie, did you get this? If you did, it'll show up on my big screen, my desktop over here in a minute. So let me recap what we've got here. What I've taken you through. Let's see. Okay. Number 1. She says, thanks, dear. She calls me dear. Number 1 is Speak 2, $45. If you'd like to have Speak 2, say sold number 2, or number 1. I'm getting confused. If you'd like this, sold number 1, Speak 2. Number 2 is Sanctuary. If you would like this one, a sold Sanctuary. Sold number 2. Number 3 is an 8x8 original oil and coax flight for $75. I believe I've got it. $75. By the way, Sanctuary was $50. That last one was $50. This is $75. Say sold number 3. Color Think. Oil and coax again. Excuse me. If you'd like to have this one, say sold number 4. This is 4. Number 4. Color Think. Number 5. $250 for Abstract 1. Sold number 5. Number 6 is the 4 that were painted all at the same time. 4 8x8s. The set of 4 for $300. If you would like this one, say sold number 6. Number 7, Emergence. Emergence. If you would like Emergence, sold number 6, and it's for $500. Number 7. Number 7. I'm getting confused. Emergence was number 7. If you'd like to have that one, say number 7 sold. Emergence. That's for, again, for $500. Blackward is number 6 for $600. No, damn it. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay. This one, Blackward, is number 8 for $600. You know, this is stressful. Really stressful. Number 9. Back over here. Oops, it's buried. Round. Number 9. Number 9 for $600. Number 10. Improv for 700. Number 11. Conton for number 11. Conton for 800. Number 12, triadic expression, which is this triptych for 900. 3 pieces, 900. Number 13 is mixed emotions for 1400. And number 14 is sunset for 1400. So, hey Ann Bolter, welcome. Did you just get here? Anyway, Julie, did you get that that link? Thanks, Ann. Julie, did you get that link? She's not answering me. Anyway, that kind of wraps it up. If there is anything that you would like to make an offer on, please make me an offer. Send me a direct message, or however you would like to do that. Send me an email. My email is JerryHardestyStudio@gmail.com. And you can always find me on my website, which is, you put the link in, you put the link in your browser and opened that link, correct? I'm talking to you, Julie. Oh no, Ann says, don't know, start over. Well, honey, you got here too late. Anyway, if you would like to make an offer, like I was saying, well, you're welcome, Jason. Thanks for showing up. If you would like to make an offer on any of these paintings, please let me know. Send me an email or a direct message, or you can contact me through Instagram or through Facebook. Any of those ways will work. Send me a text message. Anything that would work. So as of now, all 14 are available, and can I send you the link? Sure. After the show, I'll send you the link. So anyway, unless somebody else has anything to say, I want to thank everybody for attending. I hope you enjoyed it, and please, let's stay in touch. Again, thank you very much. So, happy to see you. Au revoir.